Hello guys and girls, welcome to G.E.D. Today we got a Black Forest ham sub, a few pretzels, some iced tea, and we're talking about WoW Classic. So guys, WoW Classic, it's been announced, it's on the way. Who knows when it'll come out, but apparently it's coming and I'm not impressed. I'm very not impressed. There's a lot of reasons why WoW Classic won't be a success, in my opinion, and I hope to go into a few of those after we dive into this beautiful Black Forest ham sub. First off, I'd like to give you a close-up of this monster. Check it out. We got some cucumbers, some tomato. There's like a chipotle sauce on here. Black Forest ham, of course, and lettuce, and it's just a marvelous thing. It's got onions too, so you know, onions. Here's another pretty good cross section of that. Check that bad boy out. And that mayo, or chipotle sauce, is quite spicy. Ooh, it's really spicy. And then to accompany this sandwich, we have a few of these little pretzel bites. Pretty hard to get on camera, but just typical pretzels. They have peanut butter inside, so kind of a salty Swedish combination. But anyways, WoW Classic. First off, I think the hype for WoW Classic is way overdone. There's really, in actuality, not that many people that want to go back to WoW Classic. Think about it. You're downgrading the experience. Sure, it's nostalgic. I get that. But case in point, EverQuest. EverQuest opened up Classic servers a long time ago. Like the very beginning Classic servers. And yes, they had a population player base that joined them. But the player base was not that big. It was only after EverQuest actually shut down that the people who loved EverQuest increased in numbers. With WoW, you're going to be having like concurrent play versus classic play going on at the same time. There's not an extreme amount of player base that would want to go back to classic, because you're missing out on features and improvements and subtle things that we've grown used to over the past few years. It's slow. I'll put it that way. It's slow. Modern WoW is fast-paced, action, go, go, go. And when players go back to vanilla WoW, it's going to be so slow compared to that. Flying and riding around and spending hours upon hours trying to grind dungeons for gear. And raids that are almost impossible to manage. I just don't see it happening, guys. It's far off a bad choice. One of the main reasons that people advocated for Classic WoW is because they got bored with current content. But when they go back to Classic WoW, they're going to get bored with that content as quickly, if not quicker. So why? Why even bother? Or if it does launch, it'll launch in a small way. Like they'll soon find out that it'll have a massive jump of players that want to see it and experience it, but then it'll slowly dwindle and the classic experience will get to people and it'll just kind of die off quickly. And if Blizzard's doing it to kind of breathe some life into WoW, it might a little bit, but it's not going to do it on a scale that they're hoping for. It's just not. And I'm literally hating how many YouTubers are hyping Classic WoW. It's almost as if Blizzard is paying a lot of people to hype WoW, Classic WoW. And it's just not cool. It's just very not cool. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's sad. It's sad to me that games have to do like classic servers to try and bring back some of their population. Oh well. Those pretzels are really dry. So, other than Classic WoW, they have their new expansion lined up, but that's also probably not going to come out for quite a while. And this means that there's still going to be a long lull between Argus and a lot of the new stuff coming up. I feel like Blizzard is trying to just hype stuff that's in the future because they don't really have anything now. Again, they're hemorrhaging players at the end of the expansion, and they really needed something dramatic at this year's BlizzCon. So they kind of did all these releases together and say, hey guys, we're working on it eventually. Eventually. It feels underwhelming, guys. Very underwhelming to me and a lot of people. But again, people are hyping the crap out of it. Let me give you another cross-section of this beautiful sandwich. Look at that. That is just pure amazing. Cucumber. Very good. Very fresh. Ooh. Spicy. I've said that before, but ooh, that mayo. Spicy chipotle mayo or something. Okay. A little bit more into it. If they are developing like basically two separate entities with Battle for Azeroth and WoW Classic, it really begs the question of how dedicated can they be to either one? Battle for Azeroth is kind of a placeholder, you know, for future content because it leads into other things. You know, eventually there's going to be more to that expansion than just the Horde and the Alliance fighting. But if they're also dedicating staff and time and whatever to WoW Classic, it really boils down to how well can they do either. I don't know. I probably would go back a little bit for Battle for Azeroth and play it. But for WoW Classic, I mean, we've had that experience already. People who haven't had that experience might like it, might get into it a little bit. But once, you know, they realize that the majority of WoW players won't want to be there, it's going to drop off. It's just bound to fail. You can't bring back classic nostalgia and keep it relevant. Case in point, Diablo 3 tried to redo, you know, their Tristram dungeons and the 8-bit style or 16-bit style, and it just didn't go over well at all. I mean, it was hyped a lot, but players didn't give a rat's you know what, because it just wasn't up to snuff. It just wasn't fun or interesting enough to engage players. And I kind of feel that's what's going to happen to Classic WoW. But you might have another opinion about it. Feel free to let me know. Guys, I'm going to finish these 3 little pretzels. Remember to game, eat, and discuss. I'll catch you next time.